So my name is Robin Faircloth, and I am the co-chair of the Workforce Committee here at FCMA, and I'm also the industry sector manager for CareerSource Northeast Florida for the manufacturing, aviation, and aerospace sector. We're here this morning with our educational partners at FCMA to talk about the ways that you can connect with their current students through internships or hiring them as they're going through or graduating from the program, and then have our partners talk to you about those opportunities that they have for your employees for upskilling them and programs that are available through their various programs, whether that be credit or non-credit, degreed, or certification. So we have many presenters this morning. They're each going to have 5 to 7 minutes to talk about their programs. Of course, they won't be able to talk about every program their institution has, so we are going to be providing you with their contact information at the end. So they will highlight the opportunities that are most relevant to the manufacturers and our partners. We're going to go ahead and get started this morning with Kathy Barnes. She's from Duval Public Schools, and she's the Director of Accountability and Assessment. So I'm going to let Kathy take it over.
Thank you, Robin. So good morning, everyone. Duval County Public Schools, we have roughly 125,000 students, and 20,000 of those are in our high school programs. Our career and technical education programs provide students with industry certifications, acceleration toward college, work experience, and also college credits. We currently have over 8,000 students who are enrolled in our career and technical education program. So Maria, if you go to the next slide. So our target is for workforce development. And so we do that by collaborating and communicating with our business partners. We have a shared accountability where you need employees, we need students to get to work. So we focus on providing them with an educational experience in the schools, but also work experience outside of schools. So it's also the opportunity for paid and unpaid work opportunities. We have learning programs that we do with numerous business partners. We accept equipment donations, we do career exploration, internships, we have co-op experiences, we have students who go into apprenticeship programs. We also strongly encourage mentoring from the community and from the business partners so that students can get an opportunity to find out, what do you really do every day? What does it mean to be into this field? So job shadowing is a great opportunity for students to see what the job looks and feels like every day. And we also need people on our advisory board so that we can make sure that our programs are developing the student that you need for future employment. And then we also have post-secondary articulation agreements with the colleges to help expedite our programs into those students building into a 2-year or 4-year degree. So Maria, if you go to the next slide. So I know a lot of you are looking for college graduates for some of your programs. So why would we look at the local high school? So again, like I said, we have 24,000 students in Duval County's high school programs. 20 of our high schools each offer different programs. So some of the programs that would be of interest to this group, we have an advanced manufacturing program. Those students are getting MSSC certification. They have been working with internships in different areas across Jacksonville. We have construction academy at a couple of schools. We have welding that's offered at a couple of schools. We have engineering academies that are offered at multiple schools across our county. We have an aircraft airframe program at a couple of schools. We have robotics that we offer in a lot of our different schools. And then we also have an automotive academy. So those students who are in those programs are part of pure academies, which means they sit in a program. It has a design pathway for those students so that when they walk out, they're both ready for employment or for going further into their college careers, as you'll hear from UNF and FSCJ about advanced manufacturing. Right now, that is a major area where students are interested, and we're getting more programs opening up in those areas. So Maria, if you go to the next one. And so if you're interested in pairing up with the Duval County Public Schools, we'd love to have you. Like I said, we want to make sure that our schools are producing, the programs are producing the students that you want for future employment. And the best way to do that is to sit on our advisory boards or open up an internship program. Some of the things that we really need are just people to come and speak to the students so that they can see what it looks like and feels like, and also the opportunity for field trips to see the job in action, because students have no idea what it looks like when you get into the workplace. So we look forward to hearing from you to give us feedback on how we can become better at providing students to service you. So thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. I do want to say, as we look at the graduation, high school graduation coming up, we are having a special job fair next Thursday, a week from today. So if you would like to participate in that, we are focusing the first hour on high school seniors. They are able to stay from 10 to 1. It is from 10 to 1, but from 10 to 11, we have a special focus on our high school seniors. So if you're looking to connect to some of those graduating seniors, I urge you to participate in that event, and I can get you that information. Next, we have Jason Compton from the Northeast Florida Safety Council, and he's going to talk to you about their programs.
Thanks, Robin. I appreciate it. Welcome, everyone, and thanks to First Coast Manufacturing for having us on and stepping in this morning. So talking about Northeast Florida Safety Council, we were founded in 1942 by a group of dedicated local Jacksonville businessmen who were really concerned about the growing traffic issue in the community. So their purpose was to develop a safety council to decrease some of the, or the most of the traffic related incidents in the Jacksonville and surrounding areas. And so their purpose still motivates us today, as the three biggest causes of fatalities on the road are alcohol, speeding, and lack of seatbelt use. And so over the years, the Safety Council kind of grew into more of safety culture along the lines of being good for business, good for employees while at work and on the road and at home. So today, we proudly serve about 9 Northeast Florida councils or counties as nonprofits with 5 facilities, dozens of partners, more than 25 employees here in our Jacksonville location, and 5 locations in the surrounding counties. So we have 1,200 environmental health and safety programs, traffic training courses to meet just about every business's needs. So next slide, Maria. So our office, we do PAN, PSI, Scantron, and Criterion training, proctor testing within the council, as well as I-9 verification services for any offices that lack HR services to verify employment as one of our offerings here at the Maine Safety Council. Next slide, Maria. So in terms of proctoring, testing, and ID verification, online records management, we also include working with numerous employers in Jacksonville and surrounding communities performing, like I said earlier, the pre-employment testing. And additionally, with our partnerships with other safety councils throughout the US, we can pretty much design and implement courses to your company's specific or employees' needs. And what we can do is we can load these specific courses for your company into one of our proctoring partners platforms and have your employees come into our testing center and do these pre-employment testing, whether it's safety related, whether it's HR related, or whether it's testing on just general aptitude testing for a certain criteria that needs to be met when going into your to your specific company or to meet your specific company's needs. So in terms of skills development, we target specific industry training to lower workers' compensation costs through the thorough management of employee modification rates, therefore seeing an improvement on overall injury rates with specific and industry-leading training. We also do employee certifications and training records, which are kept on site, secured, and can be accessed 24/7 to ensure OSHA compliance, OSHA regulatory compliance. Next slide, Maria. So the council also provides both in-house and on-site instructor-led training that provides both a hands-on approach to ensure familiarity with on-site equipment. I know with COVID, there's been a lot of virtual learning, and we in the safety business have found that with virtual learning, there has been some good things with decreasing our carbon footprint, but the drawback to that is in terms of safety, we really don't get the hands-on approach with working with the equipment. So what the council does is we provide both on-site training and in-house training. That way our instructors can go out and work with the employee and the employer to make sure that that employee is comfortable with that piece of equipment in terms of a hand-on approach versus just the virtual learning aspect of the equipment. We can also partner with your company to develop and implement site-specific training with your company's content, with the ability to implement training via the internet, or again, in person, on or off site. Next slide, Marie. And so we have coming on board, and some of you all may be familiar with digital badging, and this is really to ensure compliance. We also have background screening and mobile gate check, and again, some additional virtual learning on top of what we already offer in-house as well. So you're on top of that, Maria. Thank you. So what we can do for you and with you, so in terms of entry requirements, we can allow you ways to monitor personnel who have met your company's specific training criteria set by you, the employer, or the contractee to ensure safety criteria. I'm sorry, Robin, is to be met or exceeded by contractors or employees, develop site-to-site reciprocal training, saving time and recurring new employee training costs, customizable and site-specific training, graded background checks. I'll speed it up, I'm sorry. North American substance abuse program, other than training to assure regulatory compliance. And I think that's it. Thanks. Sorry.
No problem. That was a lot of great information. And so again, your contact information will be available at the end of the, will be sent out. Okay. Next, we have Dean Abel from DeVry University and Keller Graduate School to tell you about all the programs they have available. And he is the dean of campuses throughout Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, and Texas.
Good morning, everyone. Dr. Abel Okoberry here with DeVry University. So this is my 12th year with DeVry. I'm a regional dean. Big title, but not a whole lot of big paycheck. But I do enjoy what I do due to the interaction that I have with clients as well as students. So for every higher education, one of the most important things is accreditation, right? Accreditation matters because that is a third-party validation of quality of the educational systems and programs in place. So DeVry has been accredited for quite some time. We have institutional accreditation as well as programmatic accreditation. Next. So over 40 programs and 85 specializations and growing. In fact, recently we came up with a whole slew of short-term certificate programs. So in addition to bachelor's, associate, certificate, MBA, we also have graduate certificate programs that I can share in detail some other time. Next. Flexibility and supports, what is built into our program. So 24/7 on-demand live tutoring if our students need it. We have right now we're operating 100% online, but DeVry has been in this business since 1931. We have on-site as well as online facilities. We have the location right in Jacksonville. I used to be the campus director for Jacksonville a few years back. Now I'm in Orlando and they have me all over the place. But the key to the flexibility is simply that students can learn, individuals can learn where they are. They don't have to go to a classroom. They could be in their bathroom and actually do their class assignments. Next. Military and veteran benefit. This is a key constituents of ours. We pay attention and actually we cater to our military students. So they have special military rates. You know, we take the GI Bill as well as the yellow ribbon. And this is just a way of saying thank you for serving our country. Next. So my contact information is right up there. You know, I believe I sent to Robin, you know, several documents that indicates, you know, the different programs that we offer. But one of the things I want to talk about is simply our ability to customize training for our clients. If you read our mission statement, you will find something about we strive to narrow the opportunity gap, you know, for society. So the way we do that, you know, with our companies is to simply say, what are some of the issues you're having? How can we help? So we partner together and we can come up with a customized skills gap, you know, type training to address specific needs. I'm also in the community talking with high schools, community colleges. We try to come up with a seamless pathway for students to be able to transfer once they finish their current education, get into the right university and decide to maybe continue with a certificate, an associate, a bachelor's degree, or whatever the case may be. Because we know higher education has a big role to play into this society, people with bachelor's degree, and a whole lot more than the others who just have a high school diploma. Next. I believe that may be the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And yes, there are materials that will be sent out after the presentation that the colleges have provided. So next up, we have First Coast Technical College, and Arlene Dennison is going to be speaking to you about the opportunities and how to connect with the students from First Coast Technical School.
Thank you, Robin, and good morning, everybody. Welcome to not so sunny St. Augustine. If you haven't been to FCTC, we are about 4 miles east of the outlets off of Route 16. So we're not that far off from you up in Jacksonville. So we welcome you to visit at any time. We're proud to be a member of St. Johns County School District schools. So the opportunity to bridge with our local K-12 high school and career academies has been a fantastic opportunity to talk to high school students as they're graduating and even work with middle school students in career exploration. We're a little bit different than most colleges. We're a clock hour school. So we like to tell students when they come to us, they're not going to be taking, they're only going to be studying their major. So they won't have philosophy and English and algebra, but they will stay with their industry expert instructors for that career in a year. So our programs can run anywhere from 5 to 7 weeks in home health, EMT, facials, and those short-term programs to the longer career in a year programs such as nursing or welding or other areas like that. You can see from the breakdown, our 19 different programs in the career clusters are only going to be the programs where our students can be job placed when they're finished. I used to believe that my job was about recruiting when I started 7 years ago, but I soon learned it's really about how we can serve our local businesses and change the life footprint for our students when they graduate, instead of working at an hourly job where right out of school they're able to upscale their skills and development in a very short amount of time here at FCTC. If I go into a group and talk to a group, I'll ask usually how many are alumni of FCTC, and our alumni are everywhere. We recently recognized our Volunteer of the Year was the first female operations chief of Fire Rescue, Chief Stephanie Whaley, who was here 25 years ago, to head chefs and welders and school board members all over the region. So we're very proud of that history and our alumni. Okay, Marie can go to the next, thank you. So besides our CTE classes where in welding, specifically in manufacturing, in HVAC, we do have an opportunity with continuing workforce education. And these are a few of the things that we're doing through shorter term programs. As a public school, our CTEs follow the courses, follow the frameworks from the state of Florida. With our workforce education, we can be a little bit more flexible. For instance, for over 20 years, we've been running an introduction to aircraft fabrication program. And that includes structures, blueprint, and ethics. And we've worked with industry to develop that curriculum so that when our graduates finish that night program over 14 weeks, students can stay in their day job and come to school at night. They're ready for an entry-level position into the aerospace industry. If you go to a lot of the local aerospace, especially Northrop Grumman, who's been a great partner with FCTC for a long time, you can find a lot of their upper management staff started in that 14-week program, and they've been able to work themselves to a management and supervisory in much higher position, not just through the wonderful opportunities at Northrop Grumman, but the tuition reimbursement. So for students who didn't see college in their future, maybe because of financial reasons or other reasons, they can start off in this program. We also worked with a number of years ago with local business partners such as NoPetro and the state on developing a compressed natural gas program. So as vehicles have transitioned from diesel to CNG and electrical vehicles become prevalent, we run this class as industry requires it. So there'll be another class coming up for 1 week in June that people can, again, as needed, ask for. We're very proud of our partnerships with the local HVAC companies. I don't think we can produce enough technicians in HVAC right now as industry is looking to hire with all the new construction. But one of the things that a couple of our major employers have done is they have come in and we've tailor-made a program for them. So when our instructors finish their day program, we have a tailor-made curriculum based on the needs of that company's existing employees. And we're very proud that they've seen a tremendous increase in their staff's development because it's one-on-one. It can be whatever class size you as an employer would be interested in. So we're getting ready to add a few new programs. We're in the midst of launching a composites or intro to surface prep that will help the auto collision, marine, and aerospace industry. If any of you are on this call now, we'd love to talk to you so that we make sure we're meeting your needs. And we've built drone technology into our agriculture programs, which is touching every industry right now. That we're using it even to not only in agriculture for the fields, for the farmers and golf courses, but also for maintenance to check roofs. And it's just, drone technology is becoming huge. So that's something that we're offering as well. Okay. So how to connect with us? Various different ways. Job placement is very important to us, or articulation for further education to one of the great schools that are also on this call. But we do keep a career center opportunity board for our students on our website. And that way you can just go online to the fctc.edu and submit your needs, get involved in steering and advisory committees, as everybody else mentioned, guest speaking opportunities, our foundation, and we would be glad to give you a tour and welcome you to FCTC.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Next, we have Carissa Gardner with Florida State College at Jacksonville. So Carissa, take it away. I think Carissa is on the call, and Carissa, you're on mute.
Yeah. So I'm Carissa Gardner, Academic Department Coordinator within the Department of Engineering and Industry, here under Dean Dr. Douglas Brower. I can only represent our department, Engineering and Industry, this morning, but certainly our institution. There are 4 other schools totaling over 150 programs. I counted 52 associate's degrees yesterday. And we also include 13 bachelor programs. So I won't be covering all of those. I'll just cover these 7 areas that we're responsible for. And we'll also take a look at continuing workforce education and, most importantly, how you can connect with us. So here in the first box, you see our most popular advanced manufacturing program, where we offer 5 technical certificates that are embedded in there. Advanced manufacturing, CNC, engineering technology support specialist, pneumatics, hydraulics, and mechatronics, all of which are degree students attain at least 3 of them, of the technical certificates. Within this program, we also have 4 National Science Foundation grants, which we're able to develop an instrumentation and control technician certificate, which is in the works. The ICTC grant does require that we train some incumbent workers, so we invite you to take use of that. Our Industry 4.0 grant also requires that we issue the NC3 Fundamentals of Industry 4.0 certificate, which we are doing this summer through offering Duval County teachers priority to acquire some training. And then we'll also be working with 40 students here in Duval and 20 from Nassau and Baker over the summer. The most recently acquired, you'll see one of our grants, the PLC grant, which will allow us to obtain some new HMI trainers and some future training events as well. And then as of May 1st, we also acquired the non-destructive testing grant, which will primarily be out of our aviation group, and similar opportunities as well. You'll see also in our advanced manufacturing program, all of the NC3, there are over 14 NC3 certifications that are there. And we also work off of the Festo, Siemens, and Allen Bradley. In our robotics, we offer the KUKA certificate, and we work off of the Phoenix robotics. Our next program is that's backwards, I'm sorry, but the Architectural Design and Construction Technology program has the 3 embedded technical certificates for our computer aided drafters. And then the building construction technology stands alone at the moment, but we do offer a 3D printing certification through NC3. NC3 is the National Coalition of Certification Centers. I do have to mention our AS and Industrial Management Technology. That one works specifically to articulate credit for veterans and for apprenticeships, and sometimes even those in the trade industry, where we're able to do credit for prior learning. And certainly that is the program that will lead into the next career pathway into one of our bachelor programs. Next slide. There is our aviation program located at Cecil on the left side, and that is aligned and follows FAA regulations and works closely with the National Air Transportation System, which we offering commercial and multi-engine certificates with instrument ratings. Articulation is certainly offered to those already holding pilot certificates and ratings. This program also includes the unmanned aerial systems operations. So that's the drone program, which we are currently seeking FAA approval to run as an authorized dispatch school, which would result in the remote pilot certificate. The next, and under the aviation most popularly, is the airframe and power plant mechanics. So that runs with 2, 3 technical certificates in there as well. Our next program, where we work very closely in placing our biomed equipment technician students into 150-hour internships. You see they work to get those certifications under their belt, the CompTIA, Security Plus, and the Cisco. And that also comes with the NC3 certifications as well. I have to add our Applied Associative Science program in this for you is because of our most recent purchase of our autonomous shuttle. And so we're working with new partners, FDOE, the TPO, and National Center on Advanced Automotive Technology, because that will cross over into the industry of 4.0 with the data collection, sensors, and radars. And so our automotive programs are NATEF ASC certified. So each of the programs, and I speak right now on the service management, but we also have the career certificates, the diesel and the automotive collision, because each of those programs require over 280 tasks alone. So those career certificates, formerly clock programs, PSAV, you see are listed with their hours, contact hours, and those also heavily rely on beginning internships at the beginning of their program. What is not listed on here because it's not in our department, but certainly favors your workforce are welding, HVAC, and electric. And so those also begin in the fall. One thing to keep in mind with our AS degree programs, I'd like to mention for those in the workplace that commute out of Georgia is that we have a differential fee for Ware, Glenn, Camden, Brantley, and Charlton counties, which cover the Brunswick. So there's a differential tuition fee on there. Next slide. So I finished talking about just our department's degrees, and this is now the continuing workforce education, which certainly works with us. But you see the continuing workforce education department serves all of these listed industries, from health all the way to language, and some of the testing that they're able to offer, some of the certifications. So the customized training and education services has access to over 150 non-credit courses, certainly with potential articulation and varying modalities of delivery. So sometimes our instructors can go to you, so you can come and use our labs. You'll see we offer the rapid certifications, professional certification preparation and upskilling. All of the continuing ed programs are open for the community and help acquire your professional development units for professional licensures. This program also works with the employer tuition program. So as you invest in your business, there is a link that can get set up to help you do like a third-party pay on behalf of your employees. And there's no application fees or setup to set this up. And the connection there is on the bottom, so that's different from myself, but this through our Business Solutions program. The last important slide I have, next, is certainly how you want to connect with us. I'll start on the right side. There's our two internal grants at the moment. If you go to our webpage, some of those grants that are listed are coming to a close and have already met their applicants. So these are the two actively accepting. The Bank of America grant there, which is being run through Gregory Worth. His contact is there, but that will offer OSHA 30, HAZWOPER, and a CPR. There's also a medical component, but that's certainly open to some of your employees. And the Workforce Recovery Training Grant, which mostly focuses on construction. They've got some NCCER certifications, HAZWOPER, NOSHA, and that is run through Craig Leverett, and his email is provided there for you. Secondly, what was formerly known as our advisory committees are now our built business, industry, and leadership teams, not just for industry, engineering and industry, but throughout our whole institution. You can certainly become involved to take a look at our curriculum and see what we're teaching. Mostly the built teams are aligning the knowledge, skills, and assessments within our curriculum. So this means that your job descriptions are very beneficial for us to take a look at to make sure that we are outputting your graduates, or graduates that you can hire based on your job descriptions. They also provide the necessary input on national certifications. For instance, we're working with the building construction department on a specialized compression and tensile tester certification now. So certainly our built partners also help secure some of the National Science Foundation and Department of Education grants that we get. Lastly, I want to invite you to host a business spotlight or forward your job or internship description so I can get them and you in front of our students. This would include internship opportunities, sometimes service learning opportunity, maybe work with a nonprofit, building ramps. We do send out e-newsletters to our students currently within the program. And then of course we do the career fairs and mock interviews, which are run through our career services department. So I would put you in touch with Erica Mack, and she helps you set up a college platform, Simplicity, which is similar to a LinkedIn profile. So you would be able to see not just current department graduates and students, but even the whole institution graduates that have a profile in there. So the business spotlights as well, that's where you, if you want to be here and have such and such day, we can certainly nail down a time that works best for you. I can't guarantee all of our students would come and attend, but certainly an opportunity for you. So if any of these programs strike an interest, please, we welcome you here, and you have our contact information provided there. Thank you.
Thank you, Carissa. Next up, we have St. John's River State College and Joel Abode, the Director of Business Education and Corporate Training.
Thank you very much. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I am actually filling in for Dr. Jay Patterson. He is the Dean of Workforce Education and also over the Advanced Manufacturing Program. But I'd like to introduce you to St. John's River State College. You know, we serve Clay, St. John's, and Putnam counties. We do exist. Many people in our community do not even know that this college is available, unfortunately. Every time I would say, yes, I work for the college, they'd say, oh, you work for Flagler College. And I'm like, no, I work for St. John's River State College. But again, we do have different opportunities here, both associate degrees, bachelor degrees, certificates, and customized training. Next slide, please. We have our Bachelor's of Applied Science and Organizational Management with 3 different specializations, as you can see there. We also have associate science degrees in business accounting technology, business administration. In those programs, they do receive certain certifications such as insurance licenses, QuickBooks certifications. in the advanced manufacturing and computer science networking technology degrees. And at the right, you see the various certificates that are also built into the AS degrees that I've just spoken of. Thank you. Next slide. The Manufacturing Prep Accelerated Program, or we say MPAP, there is aligned through a combination of classroom and hands-on training with the Certification Production Technician 4.0 designation from the MSSC, Manufacturing Standard Skills Council. The topics covered are safety, quality practices and measurement, manufacturing processes, and production maintenance awareness. Students also go through OSHA 10, CPR, first aid, AED, and the Florida Ready to Work credentials, along with career guidance. Students who are successful in passing all 4 CPT certification exams earn 15 credits towards their associate in science and engineering technology. Next slide, please. So I am over the corporate college and customized trainings where we serve local businesses to try and find ways to help their employees, whether it's an individual employee looking for training or if it's a group training, we can come to your location and or you can come to our location to meet your needs. So I want to thank you for all the time you've given us, and hopefully you will be in contact with us for any training that you need in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. So next up, we have UNF, and we have Sean Sukis he is the Associate Director of Career Services for the College of Computing, Engineering, and Construction. He's going to talk to us about their newest Bachelor's of Science in Advanced Manufacturing.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here today. I'm happy to be with y'all. I'm going to briefly talk about University of North Florida. We are fully accredited college offering bachelor's degree in the over here by St. John's Town Center. You can do the next slide. We offer a variety of bachelor's degrees. Specifically interested to you, we offer civil engineering, electrical, mechanical, and starting next year, we're going to be introducing our first cohort of students into a Bachelor's of Science in Manufacturing and Engineering, and then also a Master's of Science and Materials Engineering. We also have construction management and building construction management as well. Next slide, and Steve, I believe this is your turn. Yep.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, so I'm Steve Stegon. I'm an associate professor here in mechanical engineering, and I worked with a lot of folks to put this bachelor's degree together. And we realize, listening in on this call, it's excellent that we have the full spectrum of training and education for manufacturing here in the First Coast. So this is really kind of capping the manufacturing education and realizing that we have very strong programs in training in the state colleges and the other colleges in the area. And we wanted to offer the first bachelor's degree in manufacturing engineering. So this is a very cross-trained degree. We take stuff from other disciplines. We really built this degree listening to the manufacturing companies that we work with around the area. So some of the big companies that we work with team up with us through this capstone senior design process. So we work with companies, all of our projects are industry sponsored, and we got feedback to kind of design this. So the key to this program is that it's a 4-year BS degree, very closely mirrors our mechanical and electrical programs. We have areas and we have laboratories in each of the key areas, including materials handling and processing, controls, and then we have the industrial engineering and QA/QC track. So the graduates that come from this are going to be very cross-trained, and they're going to be able to come in and hopefully, with help from the right folks on our advisory board shaping our courses, hopefully have these students ready to make an impact on day one. So we've set up some labs. We're taking our first cohort this fall. We're looking at freshmen and sophomore. The program will go for ABET accreditation as soon as our first cohort graduates. So that should be approximately 4 or 5 years from now when we're going to begin that ABET process. So thank you for that. Hopefully this will fit in well with the whole picture of manufacturing education. Go ahead, Sean.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. And so Steve is the faculty who is over that program here at UNF. Glad he was able to join us today. The other thing that we can offer individuals in the manufacturing realm is that we have decades worth of experience in QA and QC quality investigations. So we can assist in product defect testing and many, many other things. We have an entire multi-million-dollar lab dedicated to that on our campus called MSurf. If you're interested in taking a tour of that, Dr. Eason, who runs that, is always more than happy to show off his toys, as he says. So please just let me know, and we're happy to get you on campus as soon as we're able to open back up and get you a tour of that space. Next slide. I think that's it. Yeah, if you have any more questions, I highly recommend you reach out to us to post jobs. We have many graduates who are coming out every year for internships and other things. And so we would love to be able to connect our students with you. Please send me an email, and I'm happy to just have a chat with you more about that. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. That's really exciting to have in our area. Next up from UNF, we have Jessica Murray, who's going to talk to you about continuing ed opportunities at UNF.
Hi, everyone. I am Jessica Murray, Director of Professional and Workforce Development at UNF's Division of Continuing Education. We are the non-credit side of UNF. I am joined today by our Dean, Edith Abdullah, and we're thrilled to be joining you all today. Our department offers classes in a variety of topics and formats. The majority of our courses are delivered in an executive format, which is they're presented during evening and weekend hours, so the working professional can attend. We also provide online formats to allow even more flexibility for a self-paced, start anytime program that's even more accommodating to the working professional. Next slide. Here we have highlighted some programs that may be of interest. Our Lean Six Sigma series includes the yellow belt, green belt, black belt. All of these are led by an ASQ certified instructor through an online format. We even have a green belt for healthcare workers. In terms of project management, we have two programs. Our project management certificate that prepares individuals to sit for their CAP-M credential, and our PMP course, which prepares individuals to sit for the PMP exam. And our instructor also helps those individuals complete the application for PMI. Our open enrollment leadership options include the Leadership Academy certificate, which is aimed for emerging leaders, and our Leaders Ed certificate, which is designed for the more seasoned upper level leader. Although these two open enrollment options, these are the two open enrollment options, we frequently create customized leadership programs for companies on their choice of topics. Next slide. In the area of IT, we have 4 boot camps: data science, data analytics, cybersecurity, and coding. All 4 of these programs allow students to enter with little to no experience, and they all prepare them to be career ready at the completion of each program. We have a handful of logistic programs, but the 2 to highlight here are the APEX Logistics, Transportation, and Distribution course, which prepares students to sit for the APEX CLTD exam, and our Corporate Supply Chain Certificate. You'll see that we have here our VIP Advantage program. This provides unique discounts to employers and their staff. So if anyone is interested in that, please just let us know. We'd be happy to include you there. Next slide. Here we have highlighted our most commonly requested corporate training options, but note that this is not an exhaustive list. We actually have many subject matter experts across numerous industries, and frequently design and facilitate customized training to organizations in our region. If you have something in mind, we would be happy to have a consultation with you to build a training plan. Next slide. Can you go to the next slide, please? Yes, thank you. So last, in closing, you'll find our contact information here as well as our website. So please reach out to us if you guys have any questions. And again, thank you so much for having us today.
Jessica, before we close, I wanted to add one new program that we just launched. It's a diversity, inclusion, and equity program. We do that as a customized training program. So if there's any interested in diversity, inclusion, and equity training, we're prepared to provide that as well. And that's brand new, which is why it's not on Jessica's slide. So thank you for the time, Robin.
Excellent. Well, thank you to all of our presenters today. Do we have any questions for any